What is up? What is up? What is up? Welcome to another episode of Tech to Cop, where I'm excited to share with you guys two really cool products from a brand I love, and I get to see products from all the time. So we're going to take a look at these two products. We're going to see price, packaging, performance, as always. We're going to talk about who these are for, and we're going to take a look at some testing I did with these. And you might even hear a testimonial from my dad, who got a chance to check out some of these products. These are gifts from my parents. One got one got the other. They got to blind pick. Then I took the gifts back, and I'm going to do the review and hand them back this next week for Thanksgiving. So let's go ahead and jump into the video, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get it started. Now, we're going to start with the Hoto PixelDrive Cordless Screwdriver. This is an electronic screwdriver, similar to one of the ones I've reviewed in the past. But there's a couple changes. This thing's definitely upgraded and has a really cool look to it. So first up, we're going to talk about packaging. All right, as always, we have the typical Hoto branding, simple box, yellow branding, and nice pictures to show you exactly what you're getting. Now, if you don't remember, on my last video, we talked about Newton meters. I won't be talking about volts or anything, but I will just be talking about Newton meters in this video. And basically what that is the amount of torque or force that you'll get from a screwdriver or drill in order to drill things into their desired place. So this one goes from as little as 0.5 Newton meters up to 6 Newton meters. And so we'll talk a little bit later in the video about what that does. You won't see too many examples, as this is a pretty new product, and I just wanted to get it out to you guys so you can see the reviews before Black Friday deals are completed. But yeah, we'll take a look at what's in the box. So simple packaging as always, just the cylinder, the USB-C to USB-A charger, and then your typical paperwork. I really like the look and feel of this. So the packaging, extremely sleek, very efficient with the space. It's not taking up that much space. If you remember, the previous very small electric screwdriver I reviewed came in this compact toolkit. And yes, they are similar in width and height, but clearly this one's a lot bigger. So already the packaging is very compact. Now obviously the other one had a bunch of different tools in it. This one just has the electric screwdriver and the different bits it comes with. So I really like how sleek it is, and we're going to talk about how cool the packaging is as well. So it comes in one sleek cylinder, and it breaks down into 3 different parts, as well as the screwdriver itself. So they come apart like so, and you just wiggle out, a lot of tension right there. You just wiggle out the screwdriver. So in these 3 different compartments, you have a bunch of different screw bits. And so, as you saw in the full unboxing, in these 3 different compartments of the cylinder, you have 30 different bits. I believe these are 10 1-inch bits and 20 2-inch bits. They come in every shape and size you might need. Obviously flathead, obviously Phillips screwdriver, and then everything in between. So already I really like the packaging, but you can get bits from anywhere, and you guys don't care so much about the bits, you care more so about the product itself. So I'm going to put the really cool packaging. I give the packaging, honestly, 9 out of 10. I mean, I really like it. Only thing they could really improve on it is if there was like a handle. That would make it a 10 out of 10. This is fantastic packaging. So love the packaging. Now, let's talk about the screwdriver itself. This thing's really cool, very sleek, very similar to the previous screwdriver we actually reviewed in the past. Very similar size. The new one goes from 0.5 Newton meters of force to about 6 Newton meters of force, whereas the old one only goes up to 4. So 2 more newtons of force, so a little bit stronger. They both have lights. So let me turn this one on so you can see it. So they both have lights. I don't know if you can tell from here, but the older one has a little bit of a duller light. That could be due to battery, but I really don't think so. I think the new one is just much stronger, so you can't tell here because it's not a dark environment, but this is a lot stronger of a light, stronger of a screwdriver, more bits. So the toolkit that this came with about 22 bits. This comes with 30. And the main feature of this screwdriver is not just that it's an improved version of the previous one. Essentially, it's the screen. And so with this screen, it does a couple really cool things. So let me hide that. So this is off. You can turn it on. It shows 0.5 Newton meters, 1 Newton meter, 2, 3, 4, and then 6. So it skips 5, goes up to 6, so that it can show you the 0.5 at the beginning. And then the coolest part, and actually the most polite part, is it says bye at the end, so you know it's turning off. In addition to that, let's just turn it up here to 3 Newton meters. When you do start to use it and you press up and turn it on, it shows you the percentage. And so the previous one, you would literally have to just press it and you'll know if it's charged by if it turns on or not. This one, you actually get an indicator, you can charge it, and I think this is really helpful. Just a much more premium product. I think this is a lot cooler than that one. I think if I get them as a gift and one or the other, I would love this one. With this screwdriver, we talked about packaging. We looked at packaging, really minimalistic box. As for the case itself, really great packaging, very sleek. 9 out of 10, could just use a handle. I think it's fantastic. In terms of performance, now I really just wanted to get this video out quickly to you guys so that you guys can look to get these on some of the Black Friday sales that are available right now on Amazon. So I'll have to take some time to sit with this and do a long-term review to try it in different scenarios before I give you the real go on the performance. But I can already tell you from using this very similar Hoto screwdriver in the past, it's not meant for big, extensive DIY projects. It's really just meant for small electronics and different tasks where you're dealing with fixing small things. It might be able to put together some IKEA furniture, but I would not be building anything substantial with this. I would literally stick to keeping this in your office. Finally, the price. This thing is full price, $79.99, and you can get it on Black Friday for $59.99. So $20 off, that's about 25% off, so significant deal. I am on the cheaper side of people, and so I would definitely be looking for a Black Friday sale if you're looking to get this as a gift. I think this is a fantastic gift for someone who fits the category we just talked about, where they tinker with electronics and do small projects with their hands. Great gift for them. So check this out on Amazon or on the Hoto website. Links are going to be below. Fantastic product, and very polite product, by the way. It says goodbye. Now, the next product is very interesting. You may need this, you may not need this, but with the holidays coming up, there's going to be a lot of gifts you buy and a lot of boxes you're going to have to take apart. Now, normally you would do that with either some scissors or a box cutter. But did you know that they actually make electric scissors? Now, you may have not known that, you may have known that. These are the Hoto EdgeFlow cordless electric scissors. Now let's talk about the packaging. All right, we are back at it again with another lo-fi, very calm and mellow unboxing, and then I'll go back into my high energy self talking about the product, capabilities, packaging, price, and performance. Now, one thing I do always appreciate from the Hoto outer packaging, these boxes, they're very simple, very straightforward, but they have every bit of information you need, from the different use cases to the product specifics, to knowing it's clearly the Hoto branding with that bright yellow, so you know you're getting the same quality with all their products. So that's one thing I appreciate about it. They don't spend too much money on their packaging like other companies. They spend their money on the product themselves. Now, with that being said, I'm not the biggest fan of this case for the electric scissors, but that's not why you're buying it. You're not buying it for the electric case. You're buying it for the scissors themselves. Now, they do come with this USB-C to USB-A and the typical books and packaging that come with the product. Now, I am happy that they at least give you a case, so that's one good thing. Now, as it relates to the product itself, these are very ergonomic, so they definitely are very comfortable feel for your hands. I'll show you in a little bit me using them, but they definitely feel a lot better than cutting boxes and cardboard with standard scissors or a box cutter. They're definitely shaped for your hands. Hard to understand what that means, but you'll see in a second. Now here, there's very few buttons. You have the trigger at the bottom, the yellow button on the side, this boost button on top, which it's not showing well on camera here. There's nothing wrong with the screen, but for some reason when I recorded it looks crazy. So in a little bit, I'll show you another clip of me showing you the screen, and it's just an indicator showing you your battery percentage. And now to engage it, you press that bottom trigger and you press that yellow button, and it engages the scissors. And then my three favorite features about this is one, the safety guard here, making sure your hand stays safe as this is a blade that's constantly running. Two is the boost button, so if you do have something that requires a lot of extra force or torque cutting through, then you can use that boost button. I haven't used it, I don't know when I'm going to use it. And then three is this self-sharpener. And so in a little bit in the video, I'm going to show you me self-sharpening it after I run it through a bunch of cardboard and paper and stuff. So really love these different features on top of it being very comfortable to use. It comes in this, I don't even know what you call this material. Not gonna lie, the material of the case is a little cheap compared to the feel of that screwdriver we just reviewed. So not the biggest fan. And then the logo looks kind of like dated and a little janky here. So not the biggest fan of this, but the electric scissors themselves, definitely high quality. The grip is ergonomic. It has a nice rubberized material on the back so you don't slip. And then you can even go on the other side and sharpen them. I don't know how you're supposed to hold the boost button, because that would require either you using two fingers, which is not safe, or you going through it and then using your second hand to press the boost button if you really need to, or you're going through something, you know, thick. So I think the design is great. I think it's very protective the way it's lined up here to keep, you know, my finger can't even technically fit in there. If I want it to get cut, obviously if it's smaller hands, you can definitely fit it in there. Please don't. Let's not go to the ER. But the design is great. There's a screen under the top layer. It just looks like it's stainless steel, and then you press this and you see under that top layer there's actually a screen that shows your battery indicator. So fantastic design. I love this thing. I really didn't think I would love it. I was like, who needs an electric scissors? What are we doing? Some things don't need to be smart. I was wrong. This thing is nice. Now, these are pretty dusty right now because I put these through some tests. I cut through cardboard, I cut through carpet, I cut through as many papers as I could, and it got through a lot of it. Now, to show you that now, because I was doing that with my dad, and my dad was having fun, so I'll show you a video of my dad using these. But I wanted to also show you guys here. So for the holidays, you'll probably get something that looks like this. Typical Amazon shipping box. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut this up with both scissors, box cutter, as well as these, just so you can see the difference. Now, my least favorite is these. They clearly do the job, but it's very awkward. You have to put your wrist at awkward angles. If you have nothing else, this works. You can even go Rambo style and hold it like this. I do not recommend that. As a matter of fact, I'm not even gonna show you that. Don't do that. This, super efficient, super quick, gets the job done. Literally gets the job done, and obviously I'm at a weird angle, so I'm not gonna do that as well as possible. Oh, hold on, wait a minute. Oh, do I need to sharpen these? Hold on. Maybe they don't. But, okay. I struggled with that. That's much easier. I'm sure I could have done that very cleanly. These are definitely a lot better than the scissors. I think it's just the angle I'm sitting in right now. But these work. Problem with these are not necessarily safe for kids. And if you mess up, you really mess up. This is a trip to the ER. Now, where this comes in, you could probably still find a way to go to the ER, but a lot safer. With this guard, and with the fact that it's automated and it's keeping your hands away from danger, it doesn't really matter the angle you're at, because you can just cut through that bad boy. And it's literally like a push lawnmower where it's pushing itself to cut. I'm gonna do that one time so you guys can see. I'm gonna do that one more time. This actually makes it fun. I normally buy a bunch of stuff from Costco and I just empty out the boxes and throw them where they're supposed to go. But I'll have some fun taking apart some boxes. That is very, very slick. So if you're buying a lot of boxes and you don't feel like pulling out the scissors or messing with the box cutter and potentially having a trip to the ER, I highly recommend these. Now I showed these to my dad, who's an old school African parent. He don't need nothing. He could rip it with his hands. But I showed him these and he did like them. And one of the really, really cool features, I'm making a mess here, but I'm having fun. One of the really cool features of these is it has a sharpener. And so let me see if I remember how to do this. I think you hold this puppy up and it's, yeah, you can hear it. It's sharpening it. So by holding this lever up and then turning it on, it sharpens it and then the sharpener's off. You can also boost it. Wow. You can boost it for up to 10 seconds if you need to. I don't know what the hell you're cutting that needs a boost. This thing is running through cardboard. Now, I did do this on carpet as well, and it worked on the carpet. I wouldn't necessarily go to stuff past that. This is literally meant essentially for cardboard. So for the holidays, get you one of these, have a little fun. You could do arts and crafts with this, to be honest with you. This is actually very fun. Okay, so maybe this is partially worth it because of what it does for the boxes, but also worth it because it's a good time. Highly recommend this. Now, that was fun. Okay, now we talked about the packaging. Don't like the box. I love the product design itself. We talked about performance. It will run through any cardboard you have. I ran through a bunch of cardboard just now. I ran through a bunch with my dad, and I ran through a carpet, and it's at 88% out the box. I have not charged it once, so that's fantastic. But they're fantastic for a reason. They're a little expensive depending on where you get them. Now, if you get them on Amazon, currently it's Black Friday, they'll show full price is $100 and they're on sale for 60 bucks. For 60 bucks, they're still a little high. I would love, love, love to see these. For $40, I would definitely pay $50. 60 is where it gets a little pricey. But I think maybe put these in your light cart, check them out, maybe even order them and see if you like them. If you don't, maybe return them. But I think you'll be pleasantly surprised about these, just like I was. You're not going to need them that much, except for if you buy a bunch of Amazon purchases like myself, or around the holidays. This is a lifesaver, especially if you have your own business and you're packaging and you get a lot of boxes. I remember with our candle company, when we first got a lot of shipments of different waxes and fragrances, we would always be cutting up boxes or trying to find a way to repurpose them. This is going to really help you with that. So check these out. Links will be below for both Hoto as well as Amazon. Please try to use my Amazon links, as I will receive a small commission if you do decide to use my links. I would really appreciate that. It won't cost you anything, but it'll make a big difference for me. Thank you so much for watching, and check out the links below. Please don't forget to like, comment if you think these are worth it for the price, comment if you would buy either of these, and don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. And one last thing, if you go to my Instagram, which is Tech to Cop, just like this page, please give it a follow, because right now I think I have 40 followers and half of them are my immediate family. So please give me a follow on social media, let people know I'm real. Have a great day and stay blessed. So you're going to give me 3 grades. 1 grade for the packaging of this. What do you think the packaging?
The package is excellent.
1 out of 10 for this.
1 of 10 is 9.5.
9.5, okay, we'll take it.